Check.
Until you get it. Okay. All right. So no on the water. Until he gets on the water. Well, he's going to start with James Kenny getting first. He's going to work on the other one. If you see him sit down, he's got it fixed. He's 131. And so if he does come, it's going to be Chris Carlson.
So we're going JT Kenny video.
All right, we are ready when you are, sir.
Michelle Hensley. Michelle Hensley. You are still at the expo. Please stop by the show office, please. Michelle Hensley.
All right, here we are back again. This is our 1:30 edition of the Cup Insider. Once again, some good updates from the water from our excellent media people out there following these guys throughout the day today.
Daniel, to give credit where credit's due before we get in these updates, we do have to give a huge amount of credit to the people that are out there following these anglers. We've said it a couple times. It's hot. It's Louisiana. And there's no way we could do the Cup Insider the first time we've done it without those people on the water working hard with us, hand in hand.
That's 100% correct. Well, some of the big updates right now, Jacob Wheeler.
You know, in 2012, when Jacob Wheeler won the Forrest Wood Cup, he won it fishing a prop bait, topwater bait over bluegill spawning beds. That's basically his primary pattern through a Rapala prop bait, and caught him there. He has found a bluegill area once again. It's located in an area called Do Not Dredge. I guess to the locals, it's a very common area, but he has found the right school of bluegill that he's looking for. He's fishing a frog, another topwater bait. Go figure. Jacob Wheeler throwing topwater. But the key to what he's doing here, he's getting those fish to show themselves. As soon as they come to the surface and they boil and they miss that frog, he's going right back with them with a Trigger X flutter worm. Typically, a lot of times the pros, when they miss a fish on the topwater, they'll go back with a Cinco, small worm. And I've seen them let it just soak for 5 minutes. Just let it sit there.
Well, you know the fish is there at that point. You know you've actually put the eyeball confirmation that that fish was there, and so you got to do everything in your arsenal to try to get it in the boat by that point.
You're exactly right. It's kind of a resident fish. You found his house. You've knocked on the door. He opened it, but he didn't let you in. Now it's time to go back, maybe a finesse tactic, and make that fish commit. And I tell you what, when you flip that worm back in there, I can't imagine the nerves, because now he's seen a 5-pounder boil.
Oh, yeah.
$500,000 on the line. He's waiting for that fish to pick it up with the worm, and game on.
How about the young man, Adrian Avena? We can't get rid of him.
He's not going nowhere. He's obviously put his foot down and said, I'm in it to win it. Adrian Avena, we've talked about him a ton. He gets these flurries where he's catching just pound-and-a-half fish after pound-and-a-half fish. We've talked about him every day. He's probably been one of the most we've talked about, but he's staying here. He just boated a 4-pound bass. He's upgrading his limits. He's going to be a force on day 4, I promise you.
There you go. Also, Larry Nixon. You know, the guy started out slow this morning. He had to make the big move this morning off of the spot he wanted to be on. Was able to get, some fish in the live well, but we've got an update on him as well.
It just keeps getting worse, unfortunately. Sometimes it's your day. It's your tournament. He's the best as they come, and I'm not saying he's done, but unfortunately, you said it. He's had to move. He's had to try and find new tips, new tactics, new ways to catch these bass. And I think he figured something out. Because just a little bit ago, he did catch a gigantic Red River bass. But, like I said, bad day for Nixon because he broke it off. It did not get in the boat. So we hope Larry Nixon can keep his head straight. I'm sure it is. Turn it around and bring us a big bag of bass at the weigh-in.
There you go. And also now, our current leader, Randall, the Honey Badger Tharp, pretty much led every minute of the tournament so far. He does have number 3 in the box now, though.
Well, not only number 3, he's fishing hard. He fished 18 pounds, 8 ounces day 1, another 11-pound bag yesterday. He does have a 5 bass limit, but he's fouled it up. No, that's me. He fouled it up with a 3-pounder. So not the weight from day 1 yet, but it's scary when Randall Tharp, a.k.a. the Honey Badger, gets on a good bag of fish. And watch out, he's right there with Avena and the rest of them.
It doesn't look like Randall Tharp is wanting to give anybody an inch, is what it's showing to me over the first 2.5 days of this tournament. He is in it to win it, which is the way everybody's got to be when they get to the Forrest Wood Cup.
Not only the Cup, but the third day. We've talked about it before. You've got to manage your fish. to make it to day 3, but then you've got to catch enough weight on day 3 to make it to day 4. Hopefully you've kept a few fish behind to win the Forrest Wood Cup. We just got done talking to one of the touring pros, Kellogg's pro, Dave Lefebvre, kind of away at our break, and he had a fantastic tournament here at the Forrest Wood Cup days 1 and 2, but unfortunately the management got away from him on this one. He knows how to manage fish. He put the estimated weight at about 18, 19 pounds to make it to day 3. He kind of slowed off of his fish, thinking he would be out there on the water, but he's right here in the expo with us, management.
And, you know, it's not the first time we've talked about it over this weekend. On a multi-day tournament, it's so hard because these guys don't want to burn their fish up. You've got to try to catch the amount that you need to make it to the next level of that competition, you know?
I don't even want to think about it because I don't think I could do it. I'm a one-day tournament fishing kind of guy. I'm going to go out there and catch as many as I can. I don't worry about tomorrow, but these got to worry about 4 days. You know, so it's totally different at this level, but these guys do it week in, week out. Management is always a key, especially here at the Forrest Wood Cup.
How about the little update we got here from our current Angler of the Year, Andy Morgan?
That's right. The Kellogg's Angler of the Year, Andy Morgan, has made more top 10s than anyone in the history of FLW. He's been to 16 Forrest Wood Cups. He's out there, came in today on day 3, sitting in 20th place. Sitting in 20th place, so he needed to make a pretty good move to make it to tomorrow, which was only fishing the top 10. We do know he has a limit, but he's culling. But he's only culling or upgrading by mere ounces, and I believe he's really going to need some of those 3 and 4 pound bass to make it to tomorrow.
Right. Hey, Alan, I see right now we've got a good video coming in right now of JT Kinney doing a little work up and down the bank here at the Red River. Let's see if we can get it.
It's noon, day 3, Forrest Wood Cup, Red River. JT Kinney is one of the few guys out here that's just going fishing. I don't have a plan, fishing whatever looks good. I said on stage yesterday that if he's running down the river and he looks at something, and he turns around and looks at it again, something in his mind's telling him to fish it. So we'll stop. And that's pretty true. We actually, just a little bit ago, we pulled up on him down the river a little ways, and he was pulling up the trolling motor. We asked him where he's going. He said, wherever looks good. This is where he ended up. He's got limit right now. He's got one good one 3.5, 4 pounder. Another one that'll go 1.75 pounds, 2 pounds, and 3 12-inchers. So sitting pretty good right now. There's JT making a charge.
All right, thank you for that great update on JT Kinney. I'm now joined by Kellogg's Pro, Mr. Greg Bohannon, up here on stage. Greg, we've been talking about it all morning today, but a lot of guys have had to change what they've been doing over the last couple days because of the water conditions, the water clarity. I know you're also a typhoon guy, which, as far as we're concerned, is the best optics for bass fishing anyway. Is it going to help these guys? JT, you know, right there we saw him. It was pretty stained water conditions, and so.
Yeah, I heard Mark Rose talk about water clarity today. I heard Larry Nixon talk about water clarity, and so that's an issue out there. I know JT. He's fishing a good-looking spot right there. He wears typhoon sunglasses. As much pressure is out there on the river right now, a good pair of sunglasses, maybe he's looking for something that's not as obvious. Maybe he's looking for something down there in the water, and so that's looked like what he was doing there to me.
I hear you. I also heard, on the video right there on the update, they said that he keeps coming back to that one spot right there. And, it looked like he was just fishing along the bank there, but he keeps coming back to that one spot just because it looks extra fishy. When that happens, do you keep coming back, even if it lets you down time after time, and do you just eventually have to get on past that and try to find something? Or is it just something inside that tells you that, Greg?
Well, he's fishing that. He's evidently he's got a lot of confidence in that. That's probably a little bit of a current break spot there. He's as many times he's fished today, he's probably caught some quality fish there. And so, he keeps coming back there because of the confidence. But, that water clarity may be a little off in there today. So, he may fish it a couple more times and then probably make a move.
I understand that. Let's talk a little bit about your tournament, buddy. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you. I got scripted here and I got off of it. Let's talk about, your season in general is what I really want to talk about.
My season was the tour wasn't that great. I just finished up at the Ever Start, finished second overall in the Ever Start. So the back half of the season wasn't too bad. But looking forward to South Carolina next year. My first year on tour was 2008. We went to South Carolina for a championship and had a great turnout. So we're looking forward to the schedule next year. A lot of us are excited about it, and we're looking forward to going back to Murray next year.
That's right. They just released that schedule yesterday, and it lines up to be a pretty heavy-hitting schedule, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, we got some great events next year. We're going to start out at Okeechobee like we have the last few years. We got some really good events on there. The Ever Start schedule, it's not out yet. What we're hearing, we're all really excited about. So, we're looking forward to next year.
That ought to be a really good one. Hey, this was your 1:30 Cup Insider Update for myself, Greg Bohannon, Alan Gray. Come back and see us at 2:30, and thank you very much.